Greetings, everyone. Welcome to District 43's Virtual Candidate Showcase. The purpose of the Candidate Showcase is to allow voting delegates the opportunity to hear from and learn about each district candidate. Candidates will respond to questions and explain their vision to the district, their positions, views, and ideas to help improve District 43, as well as the organization as a whole. For the audience, during the showcase, candidates will be held in the waiting room until they are admitted to the main meeting room. This way, they will not have an unfair advantage of knowing the questions which may be asked of them. Candidates will be asked to respond to a variety of questions that pertain to the office they are seeking. Each candidate has the option to deliver an opening and/or closing statement. For all races, the allotted time is 6 minutes. A timer countdown signal will be shared with a green light at 5 minutes, yellow at 1.5 minutes, and red at 6 minutes. I am Lisa Smith, District 43 Director for the 2024-2025 program year, and I will be serving as the moderator tonight. We will now start our candidates showcase. It is my honor to introduce our first candidate, the first nominated candidate for the office of Division E Director, Toastmaster Bridget Garth.
Good evening, Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters.
Hello, Toastmaster Garth. How are you today?
I am fine.
Toastmaster Garth, would you like to give an opening statement or go directly to the questions?
We can go directly to the questions.
Okay. Question number 1. Share with us the responsibilities of the division director. Share with us the responsibilities of the division director.
The responsibilities of the division director is to look out and for the area directors to provide them with the information that they need, and also to make sure that the clubs are doing well and that the area directors are keeping in contact with their clubs and making sure that they are reaching their goals and their dues are paid up to make it, and just making sure that each of their clubs within their division are on the path to success.
Thank you. Number 2, tell us about a time you encountered a problematic situation in your work. How did you handle this? Tell us about a time you encountered a problematic situation in your work. How did you handle this?
A problematic situation that I had at work and how I handled it is when I had two employees that worked up under me that could not get along at all and work as a team at all. They would get into it, they would argue over who's supposed to be doing this, who is supposed to be doing that. How I solved this problem is I got these two employees together and I let each one of them and heard each one of them what problems that each one of them was having with the other. Come to find out that it was just a misconfusion and a lack of communication. I explained to them and told them that they have to work together as a team to get the job done. It's what is required. And when I worked in those positions, I told them that my fellow co-workers, we worked as a team to get everything done because we're all working for the same company and they're in the same department. So if one fail, all of them fail. and they need to work together as a team and communicate with each other. When we when we had that talk with them and they talked it out, everything was in the clear and they started working more as a team than rather against each other.
Describe a successful team you led. Describe a successful team you led.
A successful team that I have led was my leadership committee at work. We came up with this leadership program at work to help build up leadership styles and get new leaders and new supervisors and also current supervisors to get on the same page as their employees and to treat the employees better.
Okay. Please provide a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully. Please provide a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully.
The time that when I implemented a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully is coming up with a plan on how to make our leaders better leaders, how to make our supervisors better leaders. My suggestion was that we do classes and kind of like courses over a month period of times, explaining and teaching them how to be better leaders, teaching them etiquette, teaching them leadership styles, teaching them how to resolve conflict with employees, and always not putting the blame game and choosing the right words when talking to employees where it makes it not as offensive to them. I have worked with these plans for over months and years, going on 3 years now, and our program has been successful in doing this. Uh, I think it's a good plan, and at the end of each course, they graduate from these courses and they get like a certificate of honor when they pass these courses because they all have to meet it as a requirement.
Okay. How will you promote Pathways participation in the district next year? How will you
I would
promote
promote. I'm sorry.
how will you promote Pathways participation in the district next year?
I would promote pathways participation in the district next year is to what I would do is get it out there, um, try advertising it more, and try getting area directors to put it out there a little bit more to their presidents and the clubs that they're over. Try sending emails with flyers out, just to promote pathways and the benefits of pathways to get those individuals involved in it.
Okay. How will you leverage technology to assist district leaders in achieving their goals? How will you leverage technology to assist district leaders in achieving their goals?
How would I leverage technology to district leaders in achieving their goals? I would let them experiment with Excel. Personally, is one technology because you can develop with Excel and learning like just a little bit of Excel, like you can produce different applications or where you can keep up and graph out your club and what the goals need to meet and what goals need to be. That's Excel is one technology that I would use. Another technology I would use is to also like Zoom. We already participate in Zoom meetings, but also there are other platforms also like Teams if you want just to get together with other district leaders and area directors to get together and talk about what's going on in the club, share ideas, using email back and forth. There's also a variety of apps that you can use, like GroupMe, where you can participate. You can set like an event, or you can set like a goal in those apps, and y'all can talk among each other, what needs to be done, what we're gonna do, plan events like that. Those are a few technology aspects that I think would be good for the district.
Okay, thank you for sharing your views with us, Toastmaster Bridget Garth. That concludes your interview.
Thank you.
To continue our candidate showcase, it is my honor to introduce you to the first nominated candidate for the office of Club Growth Director, distinguished Toastmaster Sabrina Lee. Hello, Toastmaster Lee.
Hello.
How are you
Greetings,
today,
greetings.
Toastmaster? How are you today, Toastmaster Lee?
I tell you what, I promise to answer that question on another day, but right now, let me just say, mwah.
Toastmaster Lee, would you like to give an opening statement before starting?
Yes, it is a privilege and an honor to be recognized as a candidate for the Club Growth Director for District 43. I enjoy serving, and one of the things I enjoyed doing as a club coach is making sure that clubs reach their distinguished level. So I've had the privilege of doing that twice and enjoyed my role in doing so.
Thank you. Now we'll begin with our questions. Share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director. Share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director.
Well, it entails a lot, of course, as Toastmaster cows and some of you that have already served in that role, but you have to do it quite a bit of marketing, growing clubs, going into new territories, getting into the clubs themselves. And this is, I call, the hands and the feet and the eyes of the entire district. So that responsibility also is mentoring clubs to where they need to be, as well as recognizing that together we can achieve a lot. Little by little, we can get the job done, but it takes everybody and it takes the village. We are responsible for not only that, but retaining membership as well. It's one thing to grow clubs. We can add new clubs all day long, but it's another thing to retain. And we want to retain, if you retain good members, happy members make happy clubs make happy areas makes a happy district, division, and then happy divisions make great district clubs. And that would be the goal, focusing on the people.
Share with us your experience in the club chartering process. Share with us your experience in the club chartering process.
Thank you. Great question. So my experience in actually charting a new club has been, I had an effective hand in, there was a club in Conway. And right now, the name of the club does escape my mind, but it is a chartered corporate club. And we had an opportunity to look into that club, as well as my experience with a charter club hands on. Let me be track is Speakers in Action. So, as a new member of Speakers in Action, I had an opportunity to be a part of that particular club when it was formed back in 2016. And that was what inspired me to want to become a Toastmaster.
Thank you for sharing that. How will your promotion methods differ depending on your target group, whether it's corporations, community clubs, or the younger market like 25 to 35? How will your promotion methods differ depending on your target group, whether it's corporations, community groups, or younger market like 25 to 35.
I think in all, you can't, there's not going to be a cookie cutter method to chartering any club. And there is a variation of personality. And I say personality, but the personality has to match the marketing. I would not target a corporate club the same manner that I would a younger generational club. And I would not target a younger generational club the same way I would with a professional club and or a church club. So every club would be different, even a women's club or a men's club speaking. They all would have to have their own unique cookie recipe to match their particular agenda and purpose and plan. That would be what I would do for the
Thank
marketing
you.
piece of it.
Thank you for sharing that. Share with us your experience in supporting struggling clubs. Share with us your experience in supporting struggling clubs.
Oh, there was a couple of struggling clubs, and I had an opportunity to be their club coach. And what I had an opportunity to do was go in and not only bring that struggling club to distinguish, but those clubs went on to come up, and they also made distinguish, is elect, select, and president. So we have experience in that. And as a president, I was able to take a struggling club and build that club to presidents distinguished twice over. That is my experience.
Hey, please provide a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully. Please provide a specific example of a time when you developed a strategic plan and it was implemented successfully.
So I can speak hands-on. That comes again with being club president. As club president of Class Act, we were low in membership, and I was able to say, okay, I read what it took to get to President's Distinguished, and I formulated a plan to do it. We strategized and needed to have a certain amount of member, had to grow a certain amount, had to achieve certain amount of educational credits, leadership credits, and so forth. And we did that. And we made it to President's Distinguished within that same year. And I was very pleased and very proud of that particular honor.
Awesome. How will you promote Pathways participation in the district next year? At this point, do you want to do a closing statement or go ahead and answer that particular one?
I would do both. So the way I
You
would
only have
promote,
about a minute left.
that's fine. Thank you. I would promote Pathways basically just asking everyone to start somewhere. You cannot get to distinguished Toastmaster without having a plan to succeed. So the plan to succeed was to start speaking as soon as possible. And I say that because I wanted to improve myself in 2016. I saw a plan and how to do it. I was strategic in how I wanted to do it, and I was able to get it done within a 2-year span. So thank you for this opportunity. My name is Sabrina Rogers Teddy Lee, and I will be your #1 Club Growth Director. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your views with us. That concludes your interview session.
Thank you.
You're free to leave. Thank you so much.
Thank you so kindly.
We will continue the candidate showcase. It is my honor to interview the second candidate, the second nominated candidate for the office of Club Growth Director, Toastmaster David Nielsen. How are you, Toastmaster Nielsen?
I am doing very well. Thank you very much.
David, would you like to give an opening statement before starting?
No, let's just move right on into
Move
it.
right on to the question. Share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director. Share with us the responsibilities of the Club Growth Director.
I think the major function of the club growth director is to, well, there are two. One is to help clubs maintain their strength so that they remain viable clubs. And the other is to help Toastmasters to build clubs in their areas or where they can. So the two major factors are maintaining strong clubs and then helping other Toastmasters to build clubs.
Thank you. Share with us your experience in the club chartering process. Share with us your experience in the club chartering process.
I really don't have any current experience in creating a new charter. We worked at the beginning of this fiscal year to salvage a club, the Oxford Club, without understanding that the requirement from international is that at least 3 members of a club that has been renamed or reworked, at least 3 members must remain from the old club. And not understanding that, we literally set out to build essentially a new club using the old charter. Although our members are currently working on their pathways, we are going to have to recharter that club. And to that end, I've been working on the paperwork. But at this point, I have not chartered any new clubs.
Sounds like that was a great learning experience. Huh.
Frustrating learning experience indeed.
How will your promotion methods differ depending on your target group? Whether it's corporations, community clubs, or to the younger market, 25 to 35-year-olds. How will your promotion methods differ depending on your target group, whether it's to corporations, to community groups, or to the younger generation, 25 to 35-year-olds?
Those are very different communities with some overlap. The corporate clubs will probably be a large majority of 25 to 35-year-olds. And therefore, the methods that we use, whether it is, well, I started to say Facebook. Facebook is out now, and so it will be other social media platforms to reach that age group. And I think one of the major issues that I am seeing in the people that I'm working with here in my area, in the Tupelo, Lee County area, is that there are some people who want in-person meetings, and there is a great deal of power in those in-person meetings. But there are others who need the online meetings. When we get into the corporation, the experience that I've had with corporate clubs seems to indicate that the in-person meeting is the strongest and most viable to the corporation. So my target would be working to do the in-person meetings with corporations, and the social media meetings, whether it's on Zoom or some other platform, and there are a couple of other good platforms out there now. So I think that's the way that I would focus for the younger set, the 25 to 35.
Okay. I only have a few seconds left. Is there anything else you would like to say on your own behalf? Do you have a closing, or do you have a closing statement?
I have learned a great deal from Toastmasters. I have gained a great deal from Toastmasters, and I really want to be able to share what Toastmasters has done for me with at least our district.
Thank you so much, David. This concludes your interview. We appreciate you sharing your views with us. To continue our showcase, I am proud to introduce the nominated candidate for the office of Program Quality Director, the Toastmaster Felix Oger. Felix, would you like to give an opening statement before starting?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, and good evening, everyone, and my esteemed panel over here, and also my fellow Toastmaster. Thank you for having me here today. As you all know, my name is Felix Auger, and I'm honored to be here as a candidate for the role of Program Quality Director for the awesome District 43. My journey in Toastmaster has been one of growth, learning, and leadership, from serving as an area director to mentoring fellow members. I have seen firsthand the transformative power of our educational programs beyond Toastmasters. And now my professional experience as a project and a product leader has allowed me to drive strategic initiative, develop structured and learning processes, and also create environment that fosters collaboration and excellence. I believe this excellence will really help me with my experience in this position and as well to elevate the quality of our district educational program. While doing that, I'm also ensuring that every member achieve their personal and professional development goals. So today, I'm really excited to share my vision with the team and also my vision for strengthening our district learning experience. Not just that, also supporting our club leaders and ensuring our members receive the best possible training opportunities. I look forward to this discussion and the opportunity to contribute even more to our Toastmaster community. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing. We'll proceed with our question. Describe your responsibilities as a program quality director. Describe your responsibilities as a program quality director.
Thank you very much. As a program quality director, my key responsibility is all aspects of education and training within the district, ensuring the clubs provide a high quality member experience and supporting leadership development. So my key responsibility year one is to plan and conduct district training for club officers, not just the club officers, the area and the division directors. Two, also to oversee and promote the Distinguished Club Program with DCP to help club achieve their goals. And also, I make sure I organize and support the district conferences, including contests and educational sections. Also, one of the responsibility of a program quality director is to organize and support the district conferences, including the context and educational section, which I just mentioned earlier. And another responsibility is to make sure you encourage participation in pathways. The pathways learning experience by providing training and resources. These are some key responsibility of the program quality director. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Share with us an example of your communication style when managing teams and people. Share with us an example of your communication style when managing teams and people.
Thank you very much. One communication style I would say that really trained with me, even not just in Toastmasters, my professional life, is aligned with my vision, which I'm gonna highlight during my closing statement, is I listen and I learn. And the way I communicate is I always want to hear you first. So the communication style I use is learning from an individual. That way, because I'm a huge fan of communication, because I believe when I listen to you, it helps me to process my thought and articulate myself in order to know how to approach the situation. So for me to communicate, I like to listen to the individual, hear that side of the story, listen to other individual, and I come up with a solution that can easily help me to go about the situation. So communication is between two people. If two people are not communicating, if there's a conversation, you can't be talking to yourself. So the best way for me that I communicate is listening to an individual, getting their feedback, take a step back, reprocess, and come back to have that conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. What plans do you have to ensure that newly chartered clubs thrive through the next year and beyond once they have chartered? What plans do you have to ensure that newly chartered clubs thrive through the next year and beyond once they have chartered?
Newly charter club. What plans do I have when they've, I missed that last part. When they've what?
Once they've chartered,
Oh, okay.
to
Sorry.
ensure that they thrive.
Oh, okay. That was what I was looking for. Thank you very much. To ensure that newly clubs thrive, I will use an example of what I'm doing right now as the area director. The plans for you to help a club thrive, you have to be in the heart of that club. You have to be in the club to make sure you know what is going on, what is happening, and how to resolve it. If you don't understand the situation, you will not be able to make sure that club is successful. So what I do is, even if I'm not part of the club, as long as that club exists, I try to visit that club every single week because I want to know what is going on in that club. So one of the plan I have is communication, like Ella said. I want to communicate with the leaders of that club constantly. I know that's a lot because if you ask my subordinate or people I work with right now, they will tell you I have a lot of meetings. No meeting is enough for me. It's a lot, I know to them, but to me, I love it because not just the meeting, it helps me to understand the individual. If I understand the leaders, I will know their leadership style and I will know how they're running the club. If I understand how they're running the club, I can help the club to thrive. So when I go into that meeting, my plan is to understand the leaders, know what their goals are, know what their vision are, align their goals and their vision to what I have from the district level, and come up to them and say, let's work together. How can we bring these two vision and goals together and make this club successful? Whatever we come up with, we are going to work together, set up a plan, and we're going to achieve that, and that club will strive. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have about a minute left, but you've already done an opening statement. So your next question is, how will you encourage strong commitment by clubs to the Distinguished Club program? How will you encourage strong commitment by clubs to the Distinguished Club program?
Encouraging commitment to the Distinguished Club program. One, you have to lead by example. I keep telling people for a club to be committed, what are you doing to get a club? How committed are you? What are they saying and what are they following? So I need to show them how to be successful. How can they get committed to the Distinguished Club program? What are the checklists? I need to first hand work with them to say, okay, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to go about it. And with this, you can see an example of how this club is being successful because they've done this, they've done that. This is how I want you to go about. So I'm working with them first time. I'm not just giving them a checklist to say, hey, go work out there. I'm working with them to say, let's do this. So that way that they will be committed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Felix. This concludes your interview. Thank you for sharing your views with us. To continue our showcase, I am pleased to introduce the nominated candidate for the office of District 43 Director, distinguished Toastmaster, Shirley Cowles. Shirley, how are you?
I'm doing quite well.
Would you like to give an opening statement before starting?
Yes. As my name is Shirley Cowles, I'm distinguished Toastmaster. My Toastmasters commitment spans over 4 decades as a Toastmasters. I have an extensive background in leadership and a strong commitment to membership and a passion for empowering members to achieve their personal and professional goals. My background is in Bachelor of Science in Nursing. I hold a Bachelor of Science in Nursing, a Master's in Public Administration and Health Service Administration, a Master of Business Administration as well. My leadership training stems from 31 years as a military officer and graduate of Leadership Memphis. My professional experience is quite diverse. Corporate communication manager, community relations, senior training consultant, nurse administrator, chief nurse, hospital commander, executive officer, and program administrator for the Office of Surgeon General. I'm really involved in my community, serving on several boards as well, such as the Memphis Botanical Garden, Girls Incorporated, and the Black Business Association.
Thank you for sharing. We will start now with the question. Can you share with all of us what is your why to serve as district director? Can you share with all of us what is your why to serve as district director?
My why to serve as district director begins with my story as a Toastmaster. My Toastmaster career has been over 4 decades. I have enjoyed many benefits from Toastmasters, such as building confidence, leadership skill, and public relations skills and public speaking skills. My career pivoted in probably 5 or 6 different directions. Every direction that my career pivoted, from military to corporations and working in corporate industries, I took Toastmasters with me. And I have been able to elevate to many of my positions as a leader in the community, as a leader in the military, leading in corporations. I could not have done that without Toastmasters. And my why is to give back to the members of District 43 the benefits that I achieved as a Toastmaster. Toastmaster, I've taken with me through professional and personal things that I've been involved in. Also through Toastmasters, I have built up a network of individuals which also have supported me in many ways. So all of that is my why. I have a vision for Toastmasters that all of our members will be engaged. It'll be fun. They'll be growing and achieving their personal and professional goals. They'll be networking with each other, communicating with each other, sharing with each other. My vision is to be a member-centered district director. Members are very important. The only important person in the Toastmasters organization is the member. And the member should be at the top of the pyramid with the leadership holding up the members. My intention, my vision is that we will hold up members. Members would be the center of each and every action that takes place within the district. Our members are why we have leaders. Without members, there is no need for a leader. Leaders are servant leaders, serving members in any way possible to achieve their personal and professional goals.
Thank you. Describe your roles and responsibilities and how you will achieve these as district director. Describe
As
your role and responsibilities and how you will achieve these as district director.
my strategies for achieving the goals that I have as a district director will be through my skills and expertise in strategic planning and organizational development. I have extensive experience in developing strategic plans within the military, within corporations, and within healthcare administration. I have extensive experience in program and project management. I have managed projects that well over several $1 million. I've developed and written programs as a senior training consultant with International Paper. I also have experience in leadership and change management to help guide us through the challenges that we might face. Public relations and community engagement. I have a strong background in public relations. I was a public relations director for International Paper for many years. Training and mentorship. As a senior consultant at International Paper, I was responsible for organizational development and building training programs. So I intend to bring all of those skills together as in my role as district director. I also believe in uplifting and empowering our members. And my philosophy will be centered on collaboration, mentoring, and fostering a thriving Toastmaster community and taking District 43 into the future.
Thank you. What is your understanding of the district director's fiduciary responsibility and how does your experience relate? What
I
is
have
your understanding of the district director's fiduciary responsibility and how does your experience relate?
The district director's fiduciary responsibility is ensuring that the resources are appropriately used to support members in achieving their personal and professional goals. Their responsibility is to make sure that whatever resources that are there are used to support members and ensure that those resources are used to produce results for members. Keeping in mind that the budget is balanced, that there is integrity within the budget, and that all the funds are appropriated out to the members.
Okay. What is your plan in managing the district's finances next year? What is your plan in managing the district's finances next year?
Of course, I will be active in developing the budget as well. And of course, along with the finance manager, making certain that whatever is in the budget will help support the members of the district, and help them achieve what they need and help the district go stronger and utilize those resources in the most effective way to achieve our district goals.
Thank you, Shirley. This concludes your interview, and this concludes our candidate showcase. Congratulations to all candidates.
Thank you very much, District Director.
Thank you, Shirley. This concludes our candidate showcase. Thank you, everyone, for attending, and the best of luck to each of our candidates. Thank you, Toastmaster Sonny Friedge, our PR manager, and Toastmaster Lillian West, past district director. Thank you all so much for your assistance and helping us have a successful candidate showcase. As a reminder, Saturday morning, April the 12th, is the annual business meeting at 7:30 a.m. via hybrid format. All district council members will receive email notifications with the meeting information and documents for review. We will review and vote on the alignments as recommended by the DEC prior to the election of district officers. It is imperative that all district council members attend if available and pre-register in advance. The registration link will be provided on D43Toastmasters.org. We want every qualified member of the district council to have an opportunity to have their voice count. Pre-registration by April the 9th will be required to receive the election runner registration that will be emailed to each individual. This is required for us to meet quorum for the annual business meeting. This concludes today's candidate showcase. We hope to see you all on Friday and Saturday, April the 11th and 12th at the Spring Conference, Holiday Inn, in person and virtual in Memphis, Tennessee.